Have you ever thought about how just one little phrase can unlock the secrets of an entire culture? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're diving deep into the world of Telugu proverbs.
You see, these ancient sayings, or samatalu, as they're called in Telugu, are way more than just folksy bits of wisdom. You can actually think of them as a kind of cultural data, a code, that once you start to understand it, reveals some really deep truths about a society's values. And that really brings us to the big idea for this whole breakdown. It's a metaphor that comes right from the analysis of these sayings. They act like a giant mirror, reflecting everything, the behaviors, the values, the struggles of Telugu society.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's step right up to this proverbial mirror and see what it has to show us. And the very first thing that comes into focus is a big one. It's all about how other people see you.
In this reflection, you can just feel the immense value that's placed on reputation. It's not just about what you do, you know? It's about what it looks like you're doing. And that perception, well, it can be everything.
Just look at the imagery in this one. A palm tree is where you get toddy, which is an alcoholic drink. So even if you're doing something totally innocent, like drinking milk, just being under that tree is enough for people to assume the worst. Your location basically condemns you.
And this proverb just hits on such a core cultural principle. Perception, a lot of the time, is reality. The people you're with, the places you go, they can end up defining you in the eyes of the community, even if your actions are completely pure. So the takeaway here isn't just some friendly advice. It's more like a social directive. In a culture where the community is so important, your actions reflect on your whole family. Protecting your public image, your pratishta, by avoiding even the slightest appearance of doing something wrong, that's a huge social responsibility.
And get this. Here's another one that perfectly captures that tension between what's happening in private versus what you show to the public. Flies buzzing at home, but a palanquin procession outside. The buzzing of flies, that represents hardship, maybe even poverty behind closed doors. But outside, you've got the palanquin procession, which is this huge symbol of prestige and honor. It really reflects a deep cultural need to maintain dignity, to keep up that public pratishta, no matter what kind of struggles are happening at home. Now, this mirror doesn't just show us our public face. Let's turn it a bit. And it also reflects what happens inside our closest circles. And in there, there's nothing more important or more fragile than trust. This proverb is incredibly powerful and a bit chilling. Even God cannot catch a thief from within the house. Think about that. It gets at this universal fear, right? The vulnerability that comes with trust. An outside threat can be defended against, but a betrayal from someone you let inside, that's a whole different story. At its heart, this saying is all about the sacredness of trust within a family or your inner circle. A betrayal from someone you trust isn't just like a normal crime. It's a violation of this really deep, sacred bond. And the damage it causes is just profound. So, look, this isn't about being paranoid. It's a social warning. It underscores just how fundamental trust is to the family and to the community. It's a lesson that the deepest cuts often come from those closest to you, which makes loyalty from within one of the highest virtues. Okay, let's shift the mirror again. What does this society really respect? Is it all about big talk and bold claims? Or is it about actually getting things done? Well, the Proverbs give a very, very clear answer. We've all heard some version of this, right? A barking dog seldom bites. It's almost a universal idea. But the fact that it's so common in Telugu wisdom really points to a deeply practical worldview, one that's focused on results, not just a lot of noise. And that's really the bottom line here. This proverb is a direct shot at people who just talk a big game. The culture, as we see it reflected in these sayings, saves its respect for real, tangible action. All the boasting in the world doesn't mean a thing. A person's true worth is proven by what they do, not by what they say. So let's step back a bit and look at the whole reflection. What's the complete picture that these proverbs, these Samethalu, are showing us about Telugu society? What we see is that these sayings aren't just a random list of rules. They're actually a really cohesive and practical guide for how to navigate social life. You can feel that they were born from generations of shared experience and observation. In the end, what this mirror reflects is a pretty clear blueprint for social harmony. You have to guard your reputation like it's everything, because perception matters. Cherish the trust of your inner circle, because its betrayal is the deepest wound. Value action, not empty words. And always, no matter what, uphold your dignity.
And this leaves us with one final thought, something to take with you. We've used these Telugu proverbs as a mirror today, but every culture has its own set of wisdom. So the question is, if you held up your own culture's proverbs as a mirror, what would they reflect about its values, its fears, and maybe, just maybe, about you?